Frustrated watching other builders score massive investments while you're stuck scraping for funding? What if I told you in the next few minutes you can uncover 7 game-changing network strategies that have helped me secure millions from top investors? These are the tactics I've refined over the past 2 decades. Strategies that have helped transform my network into an unstoppable force for capital when I need it most. Hi, my name's Thayer. I'm a licensed general contractor right here in North Carolina, and I've guided hundreds of builders like you from struggling cash drains to thriving, profitable enterprises. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have the insider knowledge to open the door to funding opportunities you never thought were possible. If you're ready to take your building business to new heights, hit that subscribe button and the ring bell so you never miss tips on becoming a successful and confident new construction home builder. I specialize in helping builders who are overwhelmed, juggling multiple projects, and feeling like they're bottlenecked in every decision. Trust me, I know how that feels. I've been there. Let's change that today. Let me paint you a picture of where I was 15 years ago. I was using my own money for everything: down payments, construction loans, carrying costs. I was working 70-hour weeks. My phone never stopped ringing, and every project felt like I was betting the farm. Sound familiar? Here's what I see happening with builders who are stuck in this cycle. You think networking is about collecting business cards at events. You believe you need to have everything figured out before you can approach investors. You're convinced that successful builders just got lucky or had family money. But here's the brutal truth. While you're grinding it out alone, other builders are using these 7 specific strategies to access capital, find better deals, and scale faster than you even thought was possible. I learned this the hard way. I remember talking to this contractor at a job site, just a casual conversation, and I mentioned how I loved to be building homes but didn't have the capital. You know what he said? I've got a buddy who's always looking for good builders to work with. He's got money but doesn't want to swing the hammer. That one conversation changed everything. But it wasn't until I developed these 7 systematic approaches that consistently found investors for every project. Strategy number 1 is mastering the REIA circuit, the Real Estate Investment Associations. This is your starting point, but most builders do this completely wrong. Here's what doesn't work. Show up once, hand out some business cards, and expect results. But here's what does work: becoming a consistent, valuable member of that community. Every major city has multiple REIA groups. These aren't just for landlords or flippers. These groups are full of people who understand real estate, have capital, and are actively looking for opportunities. But here's the key. You need to show up with value, not just a need. I've been going to the same monthly meetup for over 10 years. The relationships I've built have led to joint ventures, private money relationships, and some of my best deals. Here's my REIA strategy. First, research all the groups in your area. Attend different ones to find where you fit best. Some are more focused on single-family rentals, others on commercial, and others just on flipping. Second, commit to attending the same group consistently for at least 6 months. Sit at different tables each time, but make sure people start recognizing you. Third, volunteer to help the events or speak about construction trends. This positions you as the expert in the room. Fourth, follow up with everyone you meet within 48 hours. Not with a sales pitch, but with something valuable. Maybe a market report or a construction cost update. I can't tell you how many deals have come from relationships that started at a REIA meeting. But it took months of consistent showing up before the real opportunities started flowing. Strategy number 2 is infiltrating construction and trade events. This might not seem like investor networking, but you'd be surprised at how many successful contractors have capital to deploy and are looking for partners. Here's why this works. Contractors who've been in business for years often have cash sitting around. They understand construction, they know the risks, and they're looking for ways to put their money to work without swinging hammers themselves. Trade shows, contractor seminars, material supply events, local contractor associating meetings, these are gold mines for finding investors who actually understand what you do. My approach at these events, I don't go looking for investors directly. Instead, I go to learn and share knowledge. I ask questions about the market conditions, new techniques, business challenges. The magic always happens in the casual conversations. The question, how's business treating you this year, often leads to, actually, I'm looking for ways to deploy some capital without taking on more physical work. I met one of my best investor partners at a roof and supply lunch event. He was a successful roofer who wanted to get into the spec building, but didn't want to learn a whole new trade. That's a perfect fit. These people already understand construction timelines, costs, and risks. You don't have to educate them about the business. Strategy number 3 is dominating online communities. This is huge because it allows you to build relationships and credibility. Facebook groups for local real estate investors are everywhere. Search your city plus real estate investors and you'll find them. But here's the strategy. Don't just join and lurk. Become a valuable contributor. Share market insights. Answer questions about construction costs. Post progress photos of your projects. Become known as a builder who actually knows what he's talking about. LinkedIn is equally powerful. Join groups for construction professionals in your area, real estate investors, business networking groups. Again, the key is consistent, valuable contribution. Here's my online strategy. I spend 15 minutes every morning engaging in these communities. I answer questions, share insights, and comment thoughtfully on other posts. I create simple content, maybe about current market costs, or a quick video walking through a project. Nothing fancy, just professional and informative. When someone posts about looking for builders or construction partners, I don't immediately pitch myself. I provide valuable information first, then follow up privately if it seems like it could be a good fit. By the time I meet someone from these groups in person, they already know my reputation and expertise. The trust is already half built. I've had investors reach out to me directly through LinkedIn after seeing my posts consistently for months. They came to me, not the other way around. Strategy number 4 is leveraging business networking groups. I'm talking about B&I, local chamber of commerce, industry-specific groups. These are more general business networking, but real estate investors are everywhere. Here's why this works. Successful business people often have capital they're looking to diversify. They might own a restaurant, a dental practice, or a manufacturing company, but they're interested in real estate as an investment vehicle. I joined a B&I group 5 years ago, not specifically looking for investors, but to build my overall business network. What I discovered was that about 30% of all members have some type of interest in real estate investing. The key with B&I is the referral system. When members understand exactly what kind of partnership I'm looking for, they start making introductions naturally. Chamber of Commerce events. These are great for meeting established business owners. The key is approaching these as relationship building opportunities, not sales opportunities. Groups for entrepreneurs, business owners, even for professionals like CPAs and attorneys. All of these have members who might be interested in real estate partnerships. I go to these events to learn about other businesses and see how I can help them. When you lead with, how can I help you? People naturally want to reciprocate. I found some unexpected partnerships this way. A restaurant owner who wanted to diversify into real estate, a doctor looking for tax advantages through real estate investing, a business owner who had sold his company and was looking to achieve investments. Strategy number 5 is activating your existing professional network. This is the most overlooked strategy, but it's often the most effective because these people already know and trust you. People like your accountant, your attorney, your banker, your insurance agent work with investors all of the time. They know who has capital and who's looking for opportunities. But here's my approach. I schedule coffee meetings with key professionals in my network, not to ask for referrals directly, but to update them on my business and discuss market conditions. During these conversations, I naturally mention that I'm looking to build relationships with local real estate investors for potential partnerships. I'm not asking them to sell for me. I'm just letting them know that this is something I'm interested in. The magic phrase I use is, if you ever meet someone who's interested in real estate partnerships with experienced builders, I'd love an introduction. These professionals have credibility with their clients. When your CPA says, I know a great builder who might be a good fit for you and your investment goals, that carries weight. I've gotten some of my best investor relationships through professional referrals. One came from my attorney who had a client looking to do a 1031 exchange on a new construction. Another came from my banker who knew a successful business owner interested in diversifying into real estate. The key insight, you don't need these professionals to sell for you. You just need them to know what you are looking for so they can make introductions when the opportunity arises. Strategy number 6 is building credibility through content and speaking. This is about positioning yourself as the expert before you need the capital. Speaking at REIA meetings, I started volunteering to speak at local real estate meetups about construction costs and market trends. This positioned me as the expert in the room, and investors started approaching me instead of the other way around. Creating simple content. You don't need to become a YouTube star, but you should have some ways to showcase your expertise. Maybe it's a simple Facebook page where you post progress photos of your projects. Maybe it's writing articles for local real estate publications, building case studies, document every project, what the timeline was, what the profits were. Investors want to see numbers, not just hear promises. Here's my content strategy. I create simple progress updates on social media, nothing fancy, just professional documentation of my work. I write occasional articles for local real estate publications about construction trends and costs. I volunteer to speak at investment groups about topics like what investors need to know about construction costs or market trends affecting new construction. When somebody meets me at a networking event and then goes to look me up online, they find consistent evidence of my expertise and professionalism. I had one investor tell me, "I've been following your post for 6 months. I like how you explain things clearly and show the numbers. When I was ready to partner with a builder, you were the obvious choice." Credibility built over time is more powerful than any sales pitch. When people see consistent evidence of your expertise, they start to trust you before they ever ask for anything. This is where most builders completely blow it. You can find all the investors in the world, but if you can't have a productive conversation with them, nothing matters. This isn't about convincing someone to give you money. It's about exploring whether there's a mutual fit. Step 1. Lead with curiosity, not need. My go-to conversation starter. What's your take on the construction market right now? Or are you seeing good opportunities in real estate these days? Get them talking first. Step number 2, understanding their investment criteria. What's their target return? How hands-on do they want to be? What's their risk tolerance? How much capital are they looking to deploy? What timeline are they working with? Step number 3, share your business model clearly. Don't assume they understand construction. Explain how you operate, what your typical project looks like, what your profit margins are, how you manage risk. Step number 4, discuss partnership structures. Are you looking for a loan, a joint venture, a private lender? Different structures work for different situations. Let me walk you through the most common structures I use. Private lending. The investor loans you money at an agreed interest rate, secured by the property. They get steady returns and you get capital to build. Joint ventures. You and the investor partner on specific projects. You bring expertise and sweat equity. They bring some or all of the capital. Profits are split based on a partnership agreement. Build to rent partnerships. You build homes that go directly into the investor's renter portfolio. They get cash flow and assets, you get consistent build volume, and you can even stay in as an agreed upon equity partner. Step number 5, set clear expectations and follow up professionally. Communication frequency, reporting requirements, decision-making authority. Get all of this clear up front. Here's what a typical first investor meeting looks like for me. I start with small talk, building rapport. Then I ask about their investment background and criteria. I share a simple overview of my business, how many homes we build per year, our typical profit margins, and our process for managing projects. If there seems to be a mutual interest, I walk them through a current project as an example. I show them the numbers, purchase price, construction costs, expected sales price, or even rental income. I always end by asking what questions they have and what additional information would be helpful. I never ask for money in the first meeting. I'm exploring fit, not making a sale. The best investor conversations feel like business strategy sessions, not a sales pitch. Mistake number 1, being too desperate. Desperation repels investors. Even if you're in a tight spot financially, you need to approach these conversations from the position of strength. Focus on the opportunities you're bringing to the table, not your need for capital. Mistake number 2, Not doing your homework. Before you approach any investor, understand their background. What had they invested in before? What went well? What didn't? The more you know about their situation, the better you can tailor your approach. Mistake number 3, talking too much about yourself. The most successful networking conversations are the ones where the other person does most of the talking. Ask good questions and listen to the answers. Mistake number 4, not having your numbers dialed. Investors want to see detailed, accurate projections. If you can't clearly articulate your costs, timelines, and expected returns, you're not ready for investor conversations. Mistake number 5, trying to be everything to everyone. Not every investor is the right fit for every builder, and it's okay. It's better to work with fewer investors who are a great fit than to chase everyone who has capital. Mistake number 6, not following up consistently. Relationships require nurturing. If someone expresses interest but their timing isn't right, stay in touch. Market conditions can change. Their situations can change. Opportunities evolve. These strategies work, but only if you approach them systematically and professionally. All right, let's wrap this up with your specific action plan. Here's exactly what you need to do this week to start implementing these 7 networking strategies. Action step number 1. Research local real estate investment groups, find at least 3 that meet regularly, and put the next meeting dates on your calendar. Commit to attending them consistently for at least 6 months. Action step number 2, trade events strategy. Identifying upcoming construction and trade events in your area. Register for at least 2 and go with the mindset of building relationships, not just learning about products. Action step number 3, the online community strategy. Join 3 local real estate investor Facebook groups and 2 LinkedIn groups for construction professionals in your area. Commit to engaging meaningfully in these groups for 15 minutes every single morning. Action step number 4, business networking strategy. Research B&I groups and Chamber of Commerce events in your area. Attend one of each in the next 30 days to see what fits your style and schedule. Action step number 5, professional networking strategy. Schedule coffee meetings with 3 professionals you already work with, your accountant, your attorney, and banker. Update them on your business and let them know you're looking to build investor relations. Action step number 6, credibility building strategy. Create a simple 1-page overview of your business and start documenting your current projects with progress photos and numbers. Set up a basic LinkedIn profile that positions you as the professional builder. Action step number 7, conversation framework strategy. Practice your elevator pitch and investor conversation framework. Write down your typical project numbers so you can speak confidently. Here's the key to making this work. Pick one strategy to focus on first. Don't try to do all 7 at once. Master one approach, start seeing results, then add the next strategy. I recommend starting with strategy number 1, the REIA circuit, because it gives you the most immediate access to active investors. Remember this, networking isn't about overnight success, it's about consistent action over time. The builders who master these 7 strategies don't just build houses, they build businesses. They have multiple income streams, access to capital, and the freedom to focus on strategy instead of survival. If you got value from these 7 networking strategies, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps other builders find this content, and I know there are other builders out there right now who need to hear this message. And if you're serious about scaling your building business and you want to learn the complete system I use, from finding deals to managing projects to builder investor relationships, click the link in the description. I'd love to help you get there faster. The bottom line is, while other builders are grinding it out alone, you now have the exact 7 strategies to build a network that can transform your business. The question isn't whether these strategies work, the question is whether you'll take action on them. Now, building these investor relationships is just one piece of scaling your business. Next week, I'm dropping a video that shows you exactly how I used specific KPIs to scale my home building business from struggling to consistently profitable. I reveal the exact metrics I track and how I set up my KPI dashboard, and the 3 must-track numbers that every builder needs to monitor for sustainable growth. You won't want to miss it. Until next time, keep building your success. I'll see you on the next video.